Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to Virtual Coffee Break with Tanisha. I am your host, Tanisha Burke. And if you are new to my channel, welcome. This podcast that I'm doing is all about network marketing and having your business, anything that affects you as a network marketer. But the channel is about all things lifestyle, right? So it's business, it's family, it's fashion, it's a little bit of everything. But I am so happy today. I am joined by my better half, Andrew Burke. Hey boo, how you doing?
I'm doing well. Happy to be on here today with you, with my better half, Tanisha Burke. How you doing, Bear?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm happy to be on. Please let me know what city and state you're checking in. Welcome if you are returning. So happy to see everybody. Hey, Christy. We got Christy checking in from Mactown, Georgia. She says it's 81 and cloudy. And let me see. Here in Davenport, it is 84. But Christy is getting up to 90 today. So you know I'm excited about that, right? I love the heat. And of course, we have AB checking in right from Davenport, of course. Actually, he's checking in from upstairs, but you know. And hey, Amber, we got Amber checking in from Iowa. Hey, Amber, good to see you. Good to see you. We got Wanda checking in from Gainesville, Florida. Hey, boss lady, checking in from Florida. And if you are camera ready, please go ahead and join us. I'm posting the link in the chat. And let me I'm sure you can hear that noise, AB, right? You can hear that noise in the background. Of course, the neighbor wants to cut the grass. Come on, Skyland. All right, we got Missy. Hey, Missy, checking in from Atlanta. We got Barbara checking in from Connecticut. Hey, Barbara. She says it's 70 degrees. Again, if you are camera ready, go ahead and meet me in studio. Join us. Now, I want to know what can we celebrate before we get started today? Does anybody have anything that we can celebrate? What have you done lately to move your business forward? I know we have Miss Missy Riley has hit Gold Builder. Woo, woo, woo. Yes, congratulations, Missy. I'm super, super proud of you. Congratulations. And I will be in Atlanta on June 4th. So looking forward to seeing you there. Anybody else have anything that we can celebrate today? No? All right. Well, I have an amazing topic for us. I hope everyone has their pen and their paper ready because today we are going to be talking about reasons to have a coach or mentor. Director Burke, what are your thoughts on that title? You're on mute.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Reasons to have a coach and mentor. This is an amazing title, and I am excited to get this training. I'm excited to get this training because one, as a coach myself, I always feel I can do better. There's stuff I'll never ever know, and it's like it's best I learn. And then two, it's just the fact that being coachable and teachable myself, I need to get this knowledge. So great title, great title.
Excellent, excellent. Oh, and I have a correction. Missy's 4040 and DIT. My bad, Missy. I was getting you mixed up with someone else who just hit Go Builder. So my apology. But just give it up for being 4040. That means she has personally enrolled 40 people. Personally. That she's a recruiting machine. That's what I like to say. Congratulations, Missy. Hey, Nadine. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Checking in from Buffalo, New York. And she says it's 81. That's nice. That's nice. Wanda said I had my travel business out at a festival this past weekend. Good. And it was great marketing for my travel business. potential travel clients. I love that, Wanda. That's right. You got to put yourself out there, right? You got to put yourself out there. So let's jump into this because there's two parts to our topic today. Reasons to have a coach and mentor, but then I also want to talk about those boundaries that you need to keep between yourself and your mentor. Now, before I get started, I want to read a post that I thought was really, really good and it made me think. And after hearing this post, and it was shared with me, I said, this is a great topic for coffee breaks. So I want to read this to you. It's called Protecting My Millionaire Mentor. I've been blessed with a few millionaire mentors. While talking to one of them, I said, that sweet baby has. Before I could finish my sentence, I felt something in my gut. Lola, watch yourself. Don't get too common with her. The moment you start talking to her like she's your girlfriend, you will miss the poor. Lola, your mentor is not your friend. Funny thing is, she's super cool and we are very close. She doesn't mind me speaking that way. However, the wisdom of God instructs me to not handle her like that. Moral of the post, I'm learning to discipline myself to not be common with the people who are called to mentor me. Number two, it's my responsibility to protect my relationship with my mentor or coach. God assigned them to me for a reason. Don't let commonality miss your pour. Director Burke, what are your thoughts on that?
That was highly potent. That was, I mean, every little word of that just resonated with me and everything because, I mean, you have to, wow, you do have to protect the relationship that you have with your mentor, you know, and you can't because I'm guilty of this, Tanisha. You know, you can't allow other factors to get in between that relationship because the person who is supposed to be the mentee, if you allow that, they'll never grow. They'll never grow. And I'm experiencing that myself, with a couple people right now. So
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. So let's get into it. Number one. So again, we're talking about reasons to have a coach or mentor. Number one, expert guidance. Expert guidance. A coach or mentor brings expertise and experience that can help you navigate complex challenges and avoid common pitfalls, right? If someone has done it before you and they know exactly what to look out for, there's no need for you to to reinvent the wheel, right? So if you have a coach or mentor, they're going to say, okay, don't do this, don't do that, because if you do this, this is going to happen. And if you do it this way instead, you're going to have better outcomes, right? So expert guidance. Number two, objective feedback. Objective feedback. They provide honest, unbiased feedback, which is crucial for personal and professional growth. This is why we always say your coach or your mentor is going to tell you what you need to hear and not what you want to hear. All right. Number three, skill development. Skill development. Coaches and mentors help you develop new skills and improve existing ones, making you more competent in your field. Right? Again, you should always surround yourself with people that are smarter than you, more successful than you, making more money than you, right? Because if you hang around them, you are going to, you're going to glean from them, right? The good stuff rubs off, right? If you hang around broke people, guess what? You broke too. You can't grow and learn. So if you're the smartest one in your circle, you got to change your circle. I always say, change your circle, change your life, right? I'm always looking to surround myself with super, super successful, wealthy people because I want to learn what they're doing, how they're doing it. I want to know how they think because they just think differently than most people, right? Number four, goal setting and accountability. Goal setting and accountability. They assist in setting realistic goals and hold you accountable for achieving them, keeping you on track. A lot of times when people set goals for themselves, they set it too low, right? Well, your coach or mentor, they know what you're capable of. And so their goal is to stretch you, right? It has to hurt, right? You grow through what you go through. So if you're setting these goals and you're easily hitting them on a regular basis, you set it too low. But if your coach or mentor is setting the goal for you, they know how to stretch you to get the best out of you, right? So if you even just think about sports, right? The coach's job is to pull out the best out of the players, right? If there was no coach, they would just, play casually, right? But the coach is there to really push them and stretch them. Number 5, networking opportunities. Networking opportunities. Mentors often have extensive networks and can introduce you to valuable contacts that can open doors for you. And this works in your personal life as well, right? In your personal life, you may, for example, let's say you have a nonprofit or something, right? Well, your mentor may be able to introduce you to someone that can help you expand your nonprofit, right? Or help you get more resources, right? Maybe get you some radio time or a magazine print or something, right? And then of course in your business, your mentors, of course, they're where they're at because of their network, right? They may be the person that can get you that one-on-one with the CEO of another company, right? Or in your organization. I know in our organization, right? I'm blessed because I have access to Mr. Bradley, right? But guess what? In a few years, the people coming in now, they won't have access to him, right? So, but if they're connected to me, right? And I'm connected to a millionaire income earner who's connected to a millionaire income earner, right? Now you can get that seat at the table. You can get in that circle where you can get that introduction, that one-on-one, right? Number 6, confidence building. Confidence building. Through encouragement and support, they help build your confidence, enabling you to take on new challenges. I remember sharing a story how when I was working in New York at a sports clinic, the administrator put a position out there for a personal assistant. She was looking for a personal assistant. And I excel at every position that I'm in. I'm always going to be the best at what I do. So I just did registration there, but I was really, really good at it. And when I saw the position for personal assistant, I doubted myself. I'm like, oh, she's going to want someone who can do spreadsheets and PowerPoints. And I don't know how to do any of that. All right. And so I never applied for the position. Well, then maybe a month or so later, I made a decision to move to Virginia. And she took me out for lunch on my last day. And her question was, Tanisha, why did you not apply for the personal assistant position? I was looking for you to apply and I would have hired you. And I was like, ugh. It just, I like broke down in tears because she believed in me when I didn't believe in myself. And so once I moved to Virginia and I was looking for jobs, I felt confident enough to apply for those, personal assistant or administrative assistant positions. And I did get an administrative assistant position that became, more than that. And so having that mentor or that coach is definitely going to build your confidence. Had she not said that to me, I don't think I would have ever applied for the jobs that I did apply for when I made that move to Virginia. Let me go to the chat. Want to give some acknowledgments. Hey, Lynette, checking in from Pennsylvania. Hey, Devette. Devette checking in from Jacksonville. Hey, Karen, congratulations on your promote. Okay, Karen is the one who hit Goal Builder. I got you mixed up with Missy, but let's give Karen a proper congratulations on ranking up in her business. Good job. I'm super, super proud of you. Super proud of you. Let me see what other Yes, separate yourself, respect the mentor. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, Michelle. Hey, Michelle. Boss lady, she says, share the opportunity with the 2 security guards and a few people out and about with digital cards. It made a reel about who I am and what I do. That this is what I've been doing, and congratulations. Awesome, boss lady. I love that you're putting yourself out there. That's what we got to do. All right, number 7. We're talking about reasons to have a coach or mentor. Number 7, perspective and insight. Perspective and insight. They offer different perspectives that can broaden your understanding and help you see the situation more clearly. Man, this is so true. So, at one point, especially during the pandemic, every presentation we were doing was via Zoom, right, when there was no in-person stuff. And so coming out of the pandemic and getting our weekly hotel presentations back up, you know a lot of markets struggled to get attendance, right, and it was very painful to get back into the swing of things. And I remember saying to myself, I was like, we should just do Zoom, right? It'll save a lot of people money. Nobody has to have their card at the door. You're able to tap into more markets. I think there'll be better attendance or whatever. That was my perspective. But then I had a conversation with a coach who is, making more money than me, more successful. And he said, no, Tanisha, he said, the reason why you want to have these hotel meetings, he said, because that prevents another travel company coming into your market and dominating your market. And I was like, I didn't think of that, right? I mean, we had a packed house in Orlando, Florida last night. Packed, right? At our weekly meeting. But if we didn't have that meeting and someone started another travel business in the network marketing industry, they might feel bold enough to, start hosting meetings in Orlando to take over that market. But no, we have a strong presence in that market. I promise you, if there was another network marketing travel company, they ain't going to Atlanta. I guarantee you they're not going to try to compete in Atlanta, right? They're going to go to another market that's an easy target. But again, because my coach shared that perspective with me, that broadened my insight on that whole situation of why we need to continue to have our weekly meetings at the hotel and build that market. All right. Leadership development. Leadership development. For those in business, mentors can help you develop leadership qualities and management skills. Don't we all need that, right? Isn't the goal to be able to lead, right? We always say that, network marketing is a personal development program with a compensation plan attached, right? And so by surrounding yourself with strong mentors and coaches, they're going to help you develop, which in turn is going to turn into more money in your pocket. Number 9, stress management. Stress management. Coaches can provide strategies for managing stress and maintaining a healthy work-life balance. A lot of the stress that we have in network marketing is self-inflicted. Honestly, I would say all of it is self-inflicted because we cannot control what happens. We can only control our reaction to it. And so when your coach sees you, stressing out over a situation, they're on the outside looking in. So they're going to be able to give you guidance on how to better respond to certain situations so that you're not causing undue stress in your life. Number 10, career advancement. Career advancement. A mentor can help you identify and seize opportunities for career advancement and growth. All right. So, Director Burke, what are your thoughts on these 10 reasons why you should have a mentor or coach?
All right, can you hear me?
Yes.
Well, we went over these 10 reasons just right now, and I see myself in every single one of them. And if you don't mind, I wanna kind of segue to something here
Sure.
because when I got into this business and you tried to coach me and you saw me do things and you would tell me to do things this particular way, but then you saw me take it upon myself to do it my way and fail and get frustrated and just like totally go against the grain. What was that like for you? Just trying to get me back on track and keeping me on track just to get me to where I am today. Because
Oh,
everything that
that's a
we
great
talked
question.
about. Yeah, everything we talked about is something I've had to deal with. It's crazy how much this has hit me right to the core.
That is, I didn't think you were gonna turn the table and ask me the question of what was it like. Honestly speaking, it was frustrating. It was frustrating on different levels. It was frustrating for me because I knew what worked because I had done it, and I had to hold myself back. Like you said, I did share with you what you should be doing, but as a coach, I had to, when you stopped listening, I had to stop talking and said, you know what? He needs to feel his way forward. Right. I know that your color is green, and greens, that they like to do things their way. You know, they're going to do all this extra stuff. They're always getting ready to get ready. And so, because I was knowledgeable of, the colors training, I understood why you needed to do things your way. I just knew it wasn't going to work. And so I had to, I had to let you, figure that out on yourself the hard way. Um, the other thing though, for me is I'm a red. I know I'm very controlling. And so it was a constant struggle with me, both as your coach and as your wife, because I know that I'm controlling. I know that I have that dominant personality. I want things done my way. And so the wife side of me was like, chill, he's the man, let him do his thing. And then the coach side of me is like, chill, he needs to feel his way forward. When he stops listening, you're supposed to stop talking and let him do his way so that he can come back and be like, okay, all right, coach, I'm tired of hitting my head against the wall. I'm ready to listen now. So it was very, very frustrating. But again, this is why you always have to stay in phase one, which is always be recruiting. You have to always be looking for who's next, who's next, who's next, because sometimes you could become fixated on that one person, right? And then that's slowing you up. And remember, other people's blessings are tied to your obedience. So while I'm sitting around trying to get you to do what I want you to do, there's someone else struggling to pay their bills, waiting for me to call them and tell them about this opportunity. So it was very frustrating, but I just had to keep moving, or else it would have been even more frustrating.
Thank you, because a lot of times I have to deal with that, and this is a lot of times when I approach people in my warm market, people who I've already have a relationship with and everything, and they already know Andy from before. They don't know the new AB, so when they finally get in here, it's like, and I try to coach them. Sometimes when I'm coaching them, when we're doing orientation or training or something, I could tell that they still look at me as the way they did before. They don't see me as a coach. And then when I want to try to get them to someone like you, with layers of leadership and everything, they look at you like, oh, that's Andy's wife. And I really struggle when it comes to the coaching thing because I know you have a guideline set with the 15-day quick start, and I work that guideline just like you would. I don't deviate from it and everything, but just seeing you coaching people and getting them to their best lives, and then seeing me do it, and it's kind of like they just don't see me as a coach. So one of the reasons why I'm on here today is to see, well, what can I do to differentiate the way we used to be to where I have to be like, I'm your coach. I mean, I don't want to come out right there and say, I'm your coach. I'm not your brother. I'm not your cousin or whatever and everything like that. You need to do it my way because now it's going to create a conflict. So that's my biggest problem with this. I mean, not only just seeing it in myself through my development. Now I'm finally here, thank goodness. But now, as a coach, okay, I'm Tanisha's right hand here, trying to bring people in, trying to coach them. It's like I'm not doing what she's doing. Something isn't clicking for me, and that's what.
I got you. Because guess what the next section is? The importance of maintaining professional boundaries. The importance of maintaining professional boundaries. So, number one, respect for expertise. Respect for expertise. Maintaining a professional distance ensures that you respect their expertise and the value they bring to the relationship. Right? So, even though, for example, and you've always shown me respect for the fact that, okay, she's a 3-star director, right? She's done it, and you got to respect. You may not like someone, but you better respect the stars that they have. You better respect the promotion that they have, right? I respect the gold builder. I respect the new bronze builder, right? Why do I respect the bronze builder? They brought 3 people because statistically speaking, the average network marketer never enrolls more than 2 people. So that person that went out and hit bronze, I have a lot of respect for them because they did what most people don't even accomplish in this industry. So we have to respect that person's level, their expertise, and what they're doing, right? Again, we're talking about the importance of maintaining professional boundaries between with your coach or your mentor. Number 2, objectivity. Objectivity. A professional relationship helps maintain objectivity, ensuring that feedback is unbiased and constructive. So, a lot of times, if you get too close, and this is why it's not always a good, family members can't coach other family members a lot of times, right? So sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. But if you're having a problem with your family, this is why, because you guys are too close and they don't respect you. There's no objectivity there. So I'm going to give you a perfect example. Andrew, you and your brother, right? So this is go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, one time when I was supposed to be coaching him here, I remember him logging into my Zoom, and I was like, "All right, let's get right to it." And I was about to go over the whole lesson plan, he was like, "Hey, can we talk about like basketball? Let's talk about the game first, real quick. I mean, I just don't want to just jump into something like this." And it kind of like had me at a standstill. And I'm like, okay, so we talked about the game, and the 2 minutes I was going to take to turn to the game turned into 20 minutes, you know? And then when I got back into finally trying to coach him, I could tell the rest of the way he wasn't here. And then, I heard through the grapevine where, you know, where someone else told me like, he thinks you're just a little bit too businessy. And I was like, well, is that even a word? But Sarah, it's like I actually, I felt for him, talked about that, and I still tried to coach, and it still didn't work. So yeah, go this whole objectivity thing. Yeah, I'm ready to hear about this.
Yep. Christina?
Okay, I do too have a problem with that too because um a lot of people are interested in this business, and there are people that I know that are my family members and just friends from the past have been knowing me for years, and just a lot of them have been going to the path of entrepreneurship, and they're very interested in this business, but it's like they don't want me to coach them. I actually had 2 people in my family that knew the business I was going to and didn't even sign up with me and ended up going on there searching up and looking at other people and signed up with other people. Okay. And I didn't even know that they did this. And they're like distant, like cousins, maybe like my second or third cousins. But still, they signed up with other people and now they're running this business, but they just didn't want me to coach them. And it was more of like a personal level of not wanting me to coach them, even though profoundly my view and my mission stands so broad and that all I want to do is help people. And then I even got somebody that told me same to this. They're like, they turned me down the business opportunity. And mind you, this is a person that I always helped find occupations, helped inspire in life, helped guide it. And I never steered this person wrong. And I've been knowing it was actually a best friend, a locker partner from high school, and she turned the business down because she said, some way, somehow, I know this is going to benefit you, but I don't want to do it because it's going to benefit you some way. And I don't feel like getting coached by you. And I was like, what? Are you serious? I was like, all my life, I have shown that I have been giving to, and that my mission and my vision in this goes beyond because I have the big picture of it. And I just want to do this. It's not for me to make the money, it's for me to share the opportunity with others so they could grow and advance in life. And that's all I want to see is them advance. The gratitude of seeing them benefit from this the way I'm benefiting makes me more solidified to do more for them, not just for me. And when I say I want doing this for my family, yes, but I'm doing this for my team's family too. I want my team to win. This is a team player ethic thing. And yes, I may be your coach, and maybe you may have knew me long times before. You know what I'm saying? But my vision, and I have always been a leader in everything I have ever done. And it's just the fact is that people feel like because I have messed up in certain standpoints in my life and I'm profound now, they feel like they're more than me, that they don't need me to coach them. And that's why they're going to other places and stuff. And it's really sad because I know for sure that if anybody that signs up with me, I mean, I follow by you, Tanisha. You know what I'm saying? I follow, and you have inspired me enough to go to the path that I am in right now, and the inspiration that I have, and the searching of the people to find out who works best with me. And after realizing it, that person that came to me, they were not the best fit for me, anyways. I don't want them on my team. You know what I'm saying? I don't need that type of approach from people. I want, and it's about like somebody told me, like my director, she told me that thank you for being coachable. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm always acceptable to constructive criticism to profound me in a better path of anything. And I take that from you, I take it from my other directors, and just anybody in the team, anybody that is just profoundly doing more than what I am. I'm acceptable to that. But it's just a fact of just setting that standpoint and that base value between your people. Because I have 4 people under me right now. And one of them is my husband. He doesn't see these videos, okay? But one of them is my husband. And for me to teach him, it's very difficult because, at the same time, like, he's a little bit older than me, and, he's done more than me, and he has a base business by himself already. He's been an entrepreneur for so long, and here I am just stepping into entrepreneurship. And it's hard to say, like, I could coach you better. I'm not trying to say I could coach you better, but I mean, like, the vision that I have and the passion that I have, and it makes me be a little more strong, profound coach to be in this business. So I totally 100% feel that, because setting those boundaries is something that really needs to be set with all of the people that you set into, because, we are not who we were before. And like you said before, you are who you hang with. And when you start hanging with more people that are doing better in their path, or gaining more, or running their business better, it just doesn't matter whichever department it runs in, what I'm saying? It puts you on a higher level, and it's hard to, I'm not saying that you want to prove people wrong, but to let people understand that you're not the person you were before. You know what I'm saying? The visions or the path that you had before, like, please trust in me. Hey, I'm being serious here. I am, yes, being a business. And I did have somebody also turn me down because they said that I was coming to them too businessy, just like he said, like your husband said, Andrew. He said that you're coming too businessy to me, because they knew me as a street person saying, hey, y'all, all that stuff like that. And here I am coming with big, profound words. And they feel belittled. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, either they were higher than us before and they're taking this on, and they feel a little bit belittled by us, So, and it's like, it's hard to break that. And then I really like this conversation because it helps me to understand that and be acceptable to that, and basically try to learn how to work with that with people, to have them have the respect for me as a coach for them.
Right.
So,
Well, let me say this, and there's a couple of things that you said that I want to touch. Oops, hold on. My screen went out. Okay. To touch on, number one, you have to be clear about the type of people that you want on your team. It's not everybody. So it's like, what type of team do you want to build? You know what I'm saying? And you want to be intentional about it. We don't just want anybody with a heartbeat and a credit card. Right? When you think about, we just had and Director Burke can speak to this, right? Because he's a sports guy. But they just had, the whole trade thing. What do they call it? When you get to pick your team members, the draft, right? The coaches, the owners, they're very intentional. They know who they want, they know why they want them, right? We got to be the same way with our business. We don't want just anybody with a credit card and a heartbeat. What type of team do you want? So that's number one. And remember, when you're prospecting people, you're interviewing them just as much as they're interviewing you. So it's okay if they decide that you're not the best coach for them. Maybe it's because they know, Christina, that y'all are too close and you're not going to be able to coach them. They know that they're uncoachable, hard-headed, and they need somebody who doesn't know them, who could really put your foot in their butt when they need to. And they know you're not going to do that. And let me say this. The other thing is, I've had people who have reached out to me about my business. And, I've gone through the whole thing. And then they tell me that their sister is in the business. And so now it's me, right? And so now I'm competing, right? Now they have a decision to make. I'm not competing, but they have a decision to make. Do they want to partner with me or do they want to partner with their sister? They share the same mother. They have the same blood going through their veins, right? And you know what I tell them? Because this is business. I say to them, you need to partner. You need to first determine what you want out of this business. And then you need to pick the person that you believe can take you to where you want to go. If you think your sister if you want to make 6 figures and you think your sister can take you there, then you need to sign with your sister. But if your sister's playing around in the business, then you need to sign with me, because I didn't come here to play around. I came here to make the money. And guess what? Documentation beats conversation. So that's the other part, Christina. You got to get your rank up. You got to get your rank up. They don't see you ranking up. And I get it, because you focused on the travel side, right? And now you're making the transition. So once you get your documentation up on the marketing side, right, you're going to grow and develop, and then they're going to start to see you differently. And you know what? I take it as a compliment when they say you're too businessy. That's a compliment. It's like, oh, thank you. That means I've grown and you haven't. Do I really want you on my team if you're not growing? No. So you have to change your perspective of those rejections. I look at it as a positive. I'd rather you eliminate yourself than I got to eliminate you. Right? Hoping and praying, God, can you please remove them from my team, because they no good. They're cancer. So I'd much rather you make the decision, nah, Tanisha, you're not my cup of tea. Okay, thank you. I pray you find who you're looking for. It's okay. I understand that I'm not everybody's cup of tea. And I'm good with that. I used to not be good with that. But now I am. Why? Because I'm protecting my peace. And I know what I've been praying for my team and the type of people I want. So when someone doesn't work out, I'm good with that, because I look at it as, okay, that's just God removing them, because that's not what I wanted. And I want to know sooner than later. Isn't it better, Christina, that they told you up front that no, you're not for me, as opposed to falling under the pressure of signing up with you, and then now you got to pay the commission back, or you wasted all this time onboarding them just for them to quit, 30, 40 days down the line. Like, let me know now. Does that make sense, Christina? Does that help you?
Yes, it does. Thank you. Yes, 100%. I totally agree with that. And yes, when that passed by, it just passed by. And yes, me being more on the marketing side because I was in the travel a lot, but the travel is a lot. Oh my God, it's so stressful. It is stressful. It's a lot more work than this marketing. And it's like this marketing hits way harder, even though it's gonna take longer to get the outcome of it, where the standpoint will be. And it's not just like quick cash, like the booking, with the travel. But you know what I'm saying? Like for the long term of it, the marketing part is what stands for me.
Yeah,
That's the solidarity of it. And to leave a mark in a print, the travel, yeah, it's for the moment. But with the marketing part, it's for many, many years to come.
right.
The
Generational wealth.
seeds I'm gonna plant on these people with my ideas and visions and just the path and the guidance and everything that the teachings that I'm gonna teach them, it just goes phenomenally, to last them forever and not just work with just the travel, because when you work in travel, it's just travel, but with
Right.
the marketing, like you have done to me, you have opened so many states of just profoundment of ideas of my talents of how I can make income with so many things, and it just based back to just marketing, just the whole
Right.
marketing part of it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, again, with objectivity, a professional relationship helps maintain objectivity, ensuring that feedback is unbiased and constructive. And so, getting back to Director Burke with his brother, right? I watched, how that whole thing played out. And Director Burke, because there wasn't that boundary that you established with your brother, what I saw was you allowing him to give excuses that you would not have accepted those excuses from a stranger that joined your team. But it's like you didn't just bend for your brother, you broke. You know how we say bend but don't break? No, you bent and bent and bent and then you broke. Now, the difference is now my brother's in the business, right? I don't cut him no slack. I don't care that you're my brother. Matter of fact, we were at the weekly meeting. My brother was in the front, and the presenter said, who here is going to convention? And so all these hands went up, and my brother's hand didn't go up. And when we got in the car, I said, "Why didn't you raise your hand? You're going to convention. How you don't if you're not planning to go to convention, then you don't even need to be in the business. Like, what are we doing here? You wasting my time. You telling me you want this money. You telling me you want to retire from your job. You need to be at convention. Period. So figure it out, make it happen." Right? Whereas Director Burke, you with your brother, right? I'm gonna, help pay for this. I'm gonna help. There was no respect of the boundary there. Right? One thing I can say about my brother is we have a boundary when it comes to this business, and he knows I don't play about my business. Don't come to me with no nonsense. We're doing business. And even with my best friend who's in the business, there are times when we have conversations. There are times when we have conversations and we will preface the conversation with, okay, business, and then I'm going to talk to her a certain kind of way. And then after we get all that done, then I'll say in other news, and then she starts laughing because now she know I'm coming to her as my sister, my best friend. Now I'm about to tell you something that ain't got nothing to do with business. But when we talking business, we talking business. And she still respects me as her coach, right? Why? Because of the documentation and because I don't bend with when it comes to business just because we're familiar with each other. I'm gonna, tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear, right? All right. So let's finish. Let me go back. Okay. Number 3, focus on goals. We're talking about the importance of maintaining professional boundaries. Focus on goals. Keeping the relationship professional ensures that the focus remains on your goals and development rather than personal matters. Right? So when I think, Director Burke, about your brother, right? There was a religious holiday, so he's not trying to do what? That's personal. That ain't got nothing to do with business. That has nothing to do with business. I don't care that there's some religious holiday going on. You came into this business because you said you had some goals you wanted to achieve. Yes? Right? So then why are you coming to me with this personal thing about it's some religious holiday? And you know why I can say that? Because he went to work during the religious holiday. He went to work. He didn't tell his boss, I can't work. It's my religious holiday. I can't come to work. No, he still went to work. So don't come bringing me excuses that you wouldn't give your boss. I don't want to hear it. And when people do that, as a coach, as a mentor, you need to call them out on it. Right? Again, this is why we have to set these boundaries. Let's go to number 4. Boundaries and expectations. Boundaries and expectations. Clear boundaries prevent potential conflicts of interest and misunderstandings about the nature of the relationship. You become too friendly with your coach or your mentor, there's a certain expectation that they have for you, and it's not healthy because they think you're going to let them slide on some things that you shouldn't. Right. And how many times have you all told me, how many times have I always said that we have to do a better job of managing our new business partners' expectation? They need to know what that relationship is from the beginning, which is why I always say my job is to make you independent of me as fast as possible so that you can take this opportunity and run with it, because you are the CEO of your business. I am not your boss. You are not my employee. This is business. And you have to run your business. I have a business of my own to run. So we got to manage those expectations. Number 5, mutual respect. Mutual respect. A professional relationship fosters mutual respect, which is essential for effective communication and collaboration. If they don't respect you, you can't coach them. If they don't respect you, you can't coach them. Number 6, professionalism. And so this goes back to what Christina was saying, and also Director Burke, you sound too businessy. No, I sound professional. There's a difference. I'm being professional. We're doing business. This isn't a casual conversation. This isn't a joke for me. This isn't a hobby for me. I'm building generational wealth for my family. And when you take your business serious, so will the people that are around you. Right? Professionalism. It sets the tone for a professional environment, which is crucial for your growth and development. Right? There was a young man in the business, and he was a blue collar worker, right? So, in his blue collar job, he's able to wear, jeans and t-shirts and steel toe boots or whatever, right? But he was really, really, really hungry to win in this business, right? And I was coaching him, and I told him, I said, you know what? You got to change your appearance. You can't come to these meetings and you're not wearing a button-down shirt. I'm not saying you have to wear a tie, but you need to wear a button-down shirt. You need to wear slacks. You can't come in jeans. You need to get some dress shoes. You can't come in sneakers. Get yourself a blazer. And I get it. You haven't made any money yet. Go to Goodwill. You can find button-down shirts for $2 and $3 in Goodwill. I don't want you to break the bank, right? You can go to a consignment shop and find a suit for $25 and just get a bunch of different color shirts. But the reason why you're struggling with prospecting, people are not taking you serious because they don't see you dress professionally. right? That was a could have been a hard conversation, but I was coming from a place of love, right? And he respected what I was telling him because other people didn't feel comfortable telling him that. But I mean, am I gonna watch him suffer and keep hitting his head against the wall when I know what he really needs to do, which is to change his wardrobe? Not come to the meeting looking like he just got off a work truck. Like, you can't talk to me that you have a 6-figure business opportunity when it looks like you're only making 2 figures, 3, right? Mr. Bradley says, you don't have to go spend a whole lot of money on red bottoms and Gucci this, but you need to look like you have access to money. You also need to speak like you're around people who have money, right? I know in my community, they'll say, oh, you talking white. No, I'm talking professional. Now you're insulting Black people. You talking white. What does that even mean? Talking white. No, there's a time to be professional and there's a time to be casual. And I'm not going to talk to a prospect the same way I'm going to talk to my mother. Right? So we got to do a better job and raise. And I did a whole coffee break a while ago about leveling up our professionalism. And really, it started for me back when COVID happened and we were all on lockdown. Especially ladies, we got real comfortable in our yoga pants and t-shirts, right? Because for so long we wasn't going out. We didn't have to get dressed up. We barely did our hair because we were in the house. And so we went on Zoom. And guess what? I had to have a conversation with my team during the pandemic on Zoom because I'm like, why do you look like that? Like, step it up. Put some lipstick on. Put your eyebrows on. Okay, yes, we're in a pandemic. Yes, we've been stuck in our house for a few weeks, but this is a business Zoom, and y'all look like y'all just rolled out of bed. We got to do better. So even now, again, your friends and family know that you dress a certain way, but are they seeing you dress differently now as a business owner, or are they still seeing you dress the same way you used to dress? I work from home. I'm home every single day. My husband will tell you I get dressed every day. Sometimes it looks like I'm going out and all I'm doing is walking downstairs. Whether I have a business launch to do or not, every day my eyebrows are going to be done because I don't have a lot of hair. Every day you're going to see lipstick on. Every day my hair is done. I'm dressed. I never know if I'm going to have to run out to Publix or whatever. And I never know who I'm going to run into. I need to look like I'm making 6 figures or I have access to. And there's a dress up level of dress down. There's a dress up level of dress down. Because I promise you, when I get off of this Zoom today, I'm going upstairs to tell my husband, why were you on screen with your sleeves cut off? Why are you wearing that shirt? And we've had this conversation before, Mr. Burke. Have we not? I get it. He came from the gym this morning, y'all. I'm cutting him a little slack.
Yeah, we don't have to have that conversation. We can let that go. I get it. I get it. All of us get it. Okay, we're done.
Christina.
It's funny that you mentioned that about like changing your attire because I always dress nice. I mean, like my 9 to 5, I'm still working my 9 to 5, unfortunately. But I wear scrubs all day. So most of my clothing is scrubs because I'm in the hospital all the time. So like I'm a fanatic with Jordans and Nike. So all my gym shoes are like Jordans and Nike. So now I'm looking at it, and when I'm getting dressed with my business attire, I'm like, I go and tell my husband, babe, I gotta get some other type of brand of shoes or something because Jordans ain't going with the business attire. This is not, even when I just wear a nice shirt And even it's just a simple, because you can wear a business attire shirt that's casual, nice, and you can wear it with some regular pants or something like that, or even just and just fashion up. I'm like, these Jordans are not going no more. I was like, I need to go to some Keds or something like that, or some little white little, slip on that look like those with the like some tom toms or some. I don't know. I need to go ahead and switch up the shoe attire, like, because the Jordans does not look business ethic. It looks like I'm ready to go play some basketball or run the
Right.
court or something like that, or run from the cops like I used to. I don't know.
Exactly. Dress the way you want to be addressed, right? I love my flip flops. Flip flops are the national shoe of Florida. I love my flip flops. But even when I was going out, I was like, I need to get some other type of sandal because the flip flops are just too casual. It's fine for me to wear the flip flops in the house and stuff, but when I'm out and about running errands or whatever, I'm like, I need to change up my shoes because the flip flops are too casual, too casual, right? You need shoes, Christina, not another brand of sneaker, not a rubber sole. You need a leather sole. You need actual pumps or shoes. If you got to start with a little kitten heel until you can get to a nice, 2 inch or an inch and a half heel, this is what you have to do. When your close family and friends see you step up to that level, then they're going to start taking you serious, right? I had to upgrade the bag that I was carrying my laptop in because it didn't look professional enough. When I go to these meetings and I see Mr. Bradley walking in and Shedrick White walking in with their Louis Vuitton laptop case, I'm like, I got to step my game up. No, I'm not going to spend thousands of dollars on a bag, but I'm going to meet my bank account where it's at. It's called reinvesting in yourself and in your business. I get on people about their phones. You can't come up to me and we looking to exchange contact information and you got a cracked screen? Really? You got the iPhone 7 and we on like 14, 15. We on 15 now and you still got a 7? I'm not taking you seriously. I'm being honest. Y'all know I keep it real on here, right? Yep, we have to look the part. Lynette said, thank goodness for the gym today. I do dress as if I'm going someplace every day, even though I am remote. Also, have heard how white of you when I speak. It's so insulting when people say you talk when you're a a black person. When people say you talk white, like that's just so ignorant. Like that means you're saying that black people, and I think Boss Lady said it, yeah, that black people don't have class and they don't know how to speak in their ghetto. That's what they're saying when they say that. Correct them on that. Don't let people get away with putting you in a box like that. Say, no, I'm doing business and I'm being professional. Do you talk to your boss the same way you talk to your mother? No. And guess what? It doesn't matter what the color of your skin is. You could be white. You could be lily white. Does a lily white person talk to their boss the same way they talk to their mother? No. Come on. So it don't matter what color you are. There's a time to have a professional language, use professional words, and then there's times when you use your casual words. And I'll tell you, I'm guilty. Here's where in doing the research for today's training, I have to do better. I tend, if I have a really close relationship with you, I will call you sunshine. Guess what? I got to switch that up because I have to create those boundaries because I don't need my mentees to get too close to me where they no longer respect. Now, I will say, knock on wood, I have not had an issue with anyone not respecting me as their coach or mentor, even if I do call them sunshine. But I have to be the example because I don't want them doing that with their team because they may not get the same result. Right? All right, we got to keep it moving because we are almost done and we're almost out of time as well. Nope, consistency. Number 7, consistency. Professional boundaries help ensure consistent, regular interactions that are focused on progress and development, right? Anybody that I'm coaching or mentoring, this is why I have on my calendar an appointment type called accountability, right? It's a quick 20-minute time slot. And I tell whoever I'm coaching or mentor to book a weekly accountability call on my calendar, right? And it's quick. I just want to know, based on our last conversation and the plays that I called, did you do it? And if not, why not? What tweaks or adjustments do we need to make? Number 8, avoiding favoritism. Avoiding favoritism. A professional relationship helps avoid any perception of favoritism, which can be detrimental in a business setting. I see it now. We call them cliques, right? People join network marketing and you usually bring in, your friends, right? Your close family members, and you guys become cliquish because you're operating the way you did outside of the business. And then someone new comes in and they see this clique, right? Maybe y'all travel together as a group and they feel like an outcast because they're not part of the clique. And now you're showing favoritism to the people that you travel with or the people that are your relatives. And this person feels like an outcast. Well, guess what? They'll probably end up quitting because now they don't feel part of the culture that you have. So if you maintain a professional boundary with your friends, with your family members who become business partners, it won't look cliquish and you're not showing any type of favoritism. You're being professional with everyone. I remember doing a 3-way call with my brother and one of his prospects. They ended up actually, Devette, I think it was you. Didn't even know that was my brother until like probably a couple of weeks after she joined the business. Did not even know that was my brother. Because guess what? On a 3-way, he's addressing me as Director Burke. I'm addressing him as Michael. The whole conversation was professional. She didn't even know. She was shocked. She's like, "That's your brother?" Yeah, that's my brother. But we doing business now. It doesn't matter that he's my brother. We're doing business. All right. Number 9, conflict avoidance. Conflict avoidance. Personal relationships can sometimes lead to conflicts that may interfere with the primary goals of the mentorship. Personal relationships can sometimes lead to conflicts that may interfere with the primary goals of the mentorship. Right? So again, if you have those healthy professional boundaries, then when there's a disagreement, it's going to be dealt with on a professional way and there's not going to be any feelings about it. Number 9, long-term relationships. I'm sorry, number 10, long-term relationships. Respecting the professional nature of the relationship can lead to a long-term, sustainable mentorship that continues to provide value over time. You build a deep relationship with your coach or mentor, that's going to help with attrition, right? That's going to help with people quitting and leaving. We want them to stick and stay, right? A coach or mentor can significantly impact your personal and professional life by providing guidance, support, and expertise. However, it is crucial to maintain a professional relationship to ensure that the focus remains on your growth and development and to foster an environment of mutual respect and objectivity. And so with that, I just want to have closing remarks from Director Burke. Did we address your concerns on what things you need to change now to have a more professional relationship and to have people respect you as a coach.
Yes, you do. Excellent. Definitely. And I know exactly where I went wrong and all of those relationships. And it was right from the beginning. I tried to be their friend who tried to tell them, yeah, I'm your coach too. And that's
Mhm.
exactly what I did. I'm your friend or I'm your family member, but yeah, I'm your coach too. And instead of creating those boundaries, like where I say, hey, I'm your coach. And when I get on like a conversation with them, I can just say to them, all right, this is business, and then talk business. And then if you want to talk about the game or whatever afterwards, yeah, okay, I can be Andy back then. But yeah. And the whole businessy thing, where someone told me I was that and it made me feel bad. Now I know that I was actually doing the right thing. It was on them. So yeah, this entire Zoom, or well, it's not a Zoom. This entire webinar helped me out tremendously, and I thank you for that.
Excellent. 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 Well, thank you, everyone. That concludes virtual coffee break today. We will not have virtual coffee break this Thursday because I will be in travel to Houston. So if you are in the Houston market, I look forward to seeing you Thursday night at the weekly Houston meeting, and at the Super Saturday in Houston as well. I will be there for both of them. So I will see you again next Tuesday. Bye, everyone. Have a great day. Be great. Be prosperous.